So, why don't we begin in Shavasana, as we usually do. I'll come a little closer. So just, make yourself comfortable on your mat, kind of settle in, begin to kind of let go of what came before this moment and what will come after, and just settle in to the now. And I'm just going to ring my Zen bowl to begin. Okay. And so begin to kind of tune into your breath, just noticing on the inhale, maybe you feel cool air as it moves through your nasal passages. Maybe you feel it in the back of your throat, maybe in your chest, maybe in your belly. And then on your exhale, maybe you feel the air has been warmed by your body. So we'll just notice that. Just observing, be an observer. And so we have a theme today again. So our theme is the idea of being in the moment, being aware. So as we move through our practice today, I'm going to kind of bring your attention to the moment, to the present time. And one of the things that it's also called being mindful, being aware. A few of the things, the benefits for being mindful or being aware or being in the present moment is that it helps relieve stress. It reduces anxiety to be in the present moment, to not be thinking about, the past, not be thinking about the future. It improves your mood. It improves concentration and focus, and can sometimes boost your energy levels. So the idea of being in the moment. And the way we can do that, the way we can bring ourselves into the moment is, one of the easiest ways is to bring our attention to our breath. And so that's why we often, most of the time begin our practice by focusing on the breath, just observing the breath on the inhale and the exhale without trying to change it. But then there's also the different breath practices that we can move into. But for today, we're just going to simply observe the breath. And so, you may perhaps like to put one hand on your heart center and one hand on your belly, and I will just kind of be quiet and still, and I'll allow you to just observe your breath, just inhaling and exhaling. And sometimes it helps to think of one particular spot. So today in the body, and we'll maybe think about just watching the rise and fall of chest and belly. So perhaps just drop in to the breath, drop into the body, and just observe the rise and fall of the chest and belly. And of course, our mind wants to wander. So if you notice that your mind kind of has gotten away from observing the breath, as soon as you notice that, just bring your mind back to the breath without judgment. It's perfectly natural for our minds to be busy, but we're trying to find a bit of stillness here, a bit of quiet, a bit of focus on the breath. And so let's begin by floating our arms up over our head, for a full body stretch. Perhaps taking a nice big inhalation through the nose and a nice exhalation through the mouth as we relax our shoulders, relax our back body onto the mat. And so we'll ask a question of ourselves throughout the practice. Are you aware? So are you aware of the sensations you're feeling? Are you aware of your breathing, of your breath? Do you notice the back body against the mat, the back of the knuckles, back of the arms. Feel the body just heavy on the mat, being fully supported. So we'll just ask a question of ourselves, are we aware? We'll do that throughout the practice to just bring ourselves into the now. So take a nice big cleansing breath again through the nose, and then exhale through the mouth as you relax your body. And now we'll bring our soles of our feet to the mat as we bend our legs. And we're just going to bring our knees over to the right, drop them over to the right on an exhale, and inhale them back to center. And just notice the sensation in the hips. Feel the soles of the feet press into the mat. And notice how your breath can support you as you move the knees. So that we drop the knees on the exhale and we inhale them to center. So just warming up the hips. And the next time your knees come up to center, we'll interlace our fingers together and bring our hands behind our head. Our elbows are out wide, and we're just going to come into a little yogi sit-up. So we'll bring opposite elbows to opposite knees. So we'll bring our knees into the air, our feet into the air, and just lift our shoulder and our heads up, and just do opposite elbow to opposite knee. And we'll engage our core by bringing our belly button in and up. Our elbows are out wide, except when we're touching our knee. And we'll just continue with this until we feel a little bit of warmth in the core area. And make sure that you're breathing. Every time you bring the elbow to the knee, maybe exhale with a puff of air. That very much helps. And come down whenever you need to, or whenever you'd like to, once you've built a little bit of heat. And when you bring your feet back to the mat, you can just float your arms up overhead again. That helps to release the lower back, and you can even kind of wiggle the hips and the knees from side to side, just to kind of give a little gentle massage there. And are you aware of your breath? Did you notice, were you holding your breath, or were you using your breath? Your breath supports your movement and makes things easier when you use your breath. And we're going to float our arms back down this time, and we'll send our right leg out straight, bring our left knee into our chest as we clasp in front of our shin, our left shin. And we're going to do a little Pilates bicycle type thing. So we'll bring our head and neck and shoulders up. We're going to bring our knee in towards us as we puff out twice. Our right leg is up off the floor. So it looks like this. And then switch. And we're extending through the long leg. We're kind of pointing our toes and really stretching out through the toes. And use your breath. Really make some audible puffs as you draw your knee in towards your chest. And you're engaging your abs. So your belly button, you're pulling your belly button in towards your spine and then up, kind of towards the rib cage. Kind of zipping it up. And if your neck gets tired, you can rest back down on the mat. And just continue with this until you've built up a little more heat. And then when you rest your legs down, you can float your arms up overhead again. And are you aware? You know, focus on the breath. Perhaps you feel the heart beating a little faster. And so just allow your breath to return to normal. Just moving some oxygen in, some nice fresh oxygen into the body. Building a little bit of warmth, warming up. Feeling the heart beating. Noticing the rise and fall of the chest. Noticing, being aware of the back body resting on the mat. And then we'll just float our arms back down by our sides. And we'll take our left ankle over our right thigh. And then we're going to lift our head and shoulders up off the mat and thread our left arm through the space we've made and clasp behind the right thigh. And so we'll just use our breath to bring the right thigh a little closer. So we'll inhale, and as we exhale, draw that right thigh a little closer. So are you aware of your forehead? Is your forehead wrinkled? Is there tension in your face? And if you notice that, being aware, relax the facial muscles, relax the shoulders as you draw that right knee in a little closer. So we're just opening up the left hip. We're not, pulling or tugging, but we're just using the breath to help us draw the right thigh in. And if your neck is tired, you can relax your head back down. And then we'll release down, rest the head back down if you haven't done that already. And we'll take the right ankle over the left thigh. We'll do the same thing. So if you raised your shoulders and your head up on the other side, do so on this side. And then reach behind the left thigh and use the breath to draw that thigh in towards your body, towards your chest. Each exhale. Resting your head back at any time. And we're going to come into a reclined twist now. So we're going to stack that left knee on top of the right knee. And then we'll shift the hips over towards the left and allow the knees to fall to the right. Our arms are, down by our sides. And we're basically just twisting the lower body. The shoulders are resting comfortably on the mat. And we're just twisting from the waist, down into the hips. And so be aware. Are you aware of your back body? Are you noticing your breath? Notice how the body feels. If there's any areas of tension, use your breath. Bring your breath to that place and release. Allow your body to release. You can take your right hand to the top of your left knee to help gravity a little bit. And just scan, the facial muscles. Try to relax the forehead, relax the jaw, relax your shoulders. Notice if there's any gripping anywhere and release the gripping. Just allowing yourself to be supported. You can even ask yourself if you are aware of sounds in the room or sensations in the body. And then we'll inhale the knees back up to center, uncross them, and then we'll stack the right knee on top of the left knee by crossing right over left, shifting our hips to the right an inch or two, and allowing our knees to fall to the left this time. And again, scanning the body for any gripping or any tightness and bringing the breath to that place, allowing the body to release. A nice time to bring attention to the breath. Just relaxing and noticing the breath as it enters through the nasal passages, makes its way all the way down the chest and belly, and then releases on the exhale. And then we'll gently inhale our knees back up to center as we uncross them. And we can turn to our side and push ourselves up, or we can take our hands behind our thighs and rock ourselves up either to seated, or if you'd like to boat, you can have your knees bent and boat. Just balancing, feet flexed. Kind of paying attention to that core. And then rocking forward and coming to Sukhasana or easy pose. So just the legs are just crossed easily. Are you aware? Maybe rocking from side to side on your sit bones and noticing where your sit bones meet the earth. You know, you're supported. You don't need to do anything, but just be in this moment. So we're going to cross our arms left on top, and we'll come into a seated cat-cow. So we'll inhale as we gaze forward and look kind of up, and then exhale as we round the back and bring our chin to our chest. So using our breath, rocking forward on the inhale, gazing up, exhaling, rounding the back, rocking back, chin to chest, rocking forward on the inhale, exhaling, rocking back as we bring the chin to the chest. And just notice your neck, how your neck is feeling. Are you aware? Exhaling. Notice the back muscles. And then the next time you come up to a straight back, come to stillness. And so we'll practice eagle arms today. And the way we'll do that is we'll take our right arm and bring it into an L in front of us and extend the left fingertips away from us. Really reach away, and then sweep that left arm under. So you're kind of stacking the elbows, and then twist the forearms as best you can to try to bring your palms together. And it's okay if you don't get to that point, but just make yourself comfortable. It's not anything that you need to struggle with. So bring your elbows away from your body and then inhale them up as you inhale and exhale them down. And you'll feel that stretch. Be aware of that stretch across the top of your shoulders, the back of your shoulders, the trapezius muscles. So this is a very good stretch to do, after you've been hunched over a computer, or if you have tension in your shoulders and neck, use the breath to inhale up and exhale down. Do it one more time on this side. Inhale up and exhale down. And then we'll uncross. And now this time we'll take the left arm and make an L. Extend the right fingertips as far away as you can. And then sweep the arm under, stacking the elbows, bringing the forearms together and the palms together. Bring your elbows away from your body, and then inhale again as you bring your arms up and exhale down. So we're going to come into eagle arms in a few moments as we're standing, and we'll come into eagle legs. So I'll show you another way we can get into eagle arms. It's basically the arms are kind of crossed and then the forearms are kind of wrapped. Exhaling down, inhaling up, exhaling down, feeling the back, a nice stretch that you feel, and then we'll unwrap the arms. And so when we come to standing, we'll be coming into eagle arms. So, you can basically kind of cross the arms at the elbows and just bring the hands together, and then you can do it on the other side. Cross the elbows and wrap the forearms together. Just do the best that you can when we're in our standing posture. And so now we'll come into some head and neck rolls. We're going to sit up nice and tall, nice tall straight spine, and we'll just drop our chin to our chest, and we'll just make some nice circles with our head, just slowly and mindfully, just noticing areas of tightness or, tension. And just roll slowly around. And we'll go one way 3 or 4 times and eventually reverse our direction. And just take time in any areas that feel that they need a little extra attention. Just maybe move back and forth in that area to just release any tightness you might have. And just do what feels good on your neck. Just moving slowly. And we'll come to stillness. And we'll turn our body so that our legs are out straight on our mat. We'll take the left foot and bring the sole of the foot near the thigh, near the right thigh. And then we'll inhale our arms up and really look up at the fingertips. And then exhale and just fold forward, bending at the hips. And just come down where you land without forcing. And just allow yourself to just release into the fold and continue to follow the breath. And then we'll inhale back up to seated, and we'll switch legs. So send the left leg out straight and bring the sole of the right foot right next to the left thigh. And then we'll inhale the arms up and fold forward, bending at our hips. Are you aware of the sounds you hear in the room? Are you aware of my voice? The sound of my voice? Your breath, noticing your breath. Noticing the body. Perhaps you feel some stretching in the lower back. And then inhale back up. And we'll make our way to table. So we'll gracefully come up onto our knees. We'll bring our wrists underneath our shoulders. And our feet are behind our knees. And we'll just come into our cat-cow. So we're going to inhale as we drop the belly and gaze up or gaze forward. And then exhale, round our back, bring our chin to our chest, pressing away from our neck for cow, for cat. And drop the belly, inhale, gazing forward or gazing up. Exhale, rounding the back. One more time, inhaling as you gaze forward, and exhaling as you round the back. And then we'll come to neutral spine, come into a cat balance. So we're going to send our right foot back, flexing that right foot, send our left fingertips forward, really stretch through the fingertips, and really push out through the heel. Press into the mat with the right hand, with the shoelaces of the left foot, or the top of the left foot, engage the core. Come down gracefully and take it to the other side. So the left foot, flexing the left foot, sending the right fingertips forward, engage the core. So this is a really good posture to practice to strengthen your core. So if you did this on each side 3 or 4 times and held it for 3 or 4 breaths, you definitely notice your core getting much stronger. So it's something you could just do at home at any time. We're going to press into the back of all 10 knuckles as we curl our toes under and send our hips up towards the sky. So for down dog, we can settle back into our heels and we can bend alternating knees. So kind of pedaling it out, pressing into the back of all 10 knuckles, pressing, settling back towards the heels. The heels don't have to touch. Pressing the back of the thighs and the back of the calves towards the back of the mat. Allowing the head to just dangle between the arms. Now we're going to come onto our toes as we come forward into plank. So we're just pressing into the mat with our hands, the palms of our hands, pressing into the heels. And we're going to drop to our knees, bend our arms, scoop up into cobra. And so you can come into a low cobra if you want, like you come lower, but just come to where you're comfortable. Curl your toes under, come back into down dog, downward facing dog. Now we're going to walk our feet towards our hands, and we'll come into Tadasana. Okay, so our feet are parallel, where we can rock from side to side, be aware of each corner of each of our feet, lifting up through our instep, which is Pada Bandha, so it's an energy lock. So we're drawing energy up from the earth, finding stability, lifting up through our kneecaps and our thighs, engaging our core, bringing our shoulders up, back, and down, our palms facing forward, and we're extending through our crown, so feeling very strong. So are you aware of the earth, your soles of your feet pressing into the earth? Are you aware of the strength you feel? Mountain pose, Tada, meaning mountain. Okay, so we're going to come into our eagle, our standing eagle pose. So it's a bit of a balance, so we'll just do the best that we can. So we're going to bring balance to the right foot. So kind of press into that right foot, that right leg, feel strong. And then we're going to cross the left thigh on top of the right thigh. and hook the back of the toe behind the calf if you can. You know, just do the best you can. If you can't, just have your foot be like a kickstand, and you can just have your foot down. And then we're going to bring the right arm on top of the left and bring our arms into eagle arms. So this is eagle pose, bit of a balance. We're breathing. Just do the best you can. If you can come to stillness, focus on a drishti, which is a focal point, something that's not moving. We're going to keep our arms in eagle, and I kind of need to turn the other way. I was facing the camera, but we're in eagle, and then we want to uncross the left leg and bring it back and come onto our toes, bend the front knee, bring the arms up, the elbows up towards our shoulder height for crescent. Now we're going to uncross our arms. We're going to walk our back toe a little bit forward, send our arms, our arms, spread our fingers, and we're going to kind of come forward for warrior three. So another balance pose. Just do the best you can. If you can't bring that back foot off the floor, just try doing it a little bit and then touch down. And then come down slowly, gracefully. And we're going to take it to the other side. So I guess I will begin facing the short end of my mat. So we're going to come into eagle. So whichever leg you crossed over last time, cross the other one over this time. So I think we're going to bring the weight of our body onto the left leg, cross the right thigh on top of the left thigh, and hook the toe behind. And then we'll take the left arm on top of the right for eagle. Find a focal point. And then we're going to uncross the legs, send the right foot back so we're on the toes, and then bend the front knee for crescent. Bring the elbows up towards the shoulders, press into the big toe of the back foot, and then we're going to uncross our arms, walk the back foot forward a little bit, find your balance, and then pivot forward for warrior three. And then come down to both feet. So bravo, if you gave it a try. Okay, so we're going to inhale our arms up, turn the palms away from each other as we swan dive forward, bending at the hips. We'll bring our hands to either side of our feet, come down to our knees. We're going to lay on our back. We'll come to Supta Baddha Konasana. So we're going to bring the soles of our feet together, rest our head back, our knees go out wide. We'll place one hand on our heart center and one hand on our belly. And we'll ask ourselves, are we aware? So feeling the small of the back, pressing into the mat. Notice the breath. Notice the chest and belly as you inhale, the chest and belly rise. And as you exhale, they fall. Just notice this feeling, noticing the breath for a couple of rounds. And as you're laying here in Supta Baddha Konasana, feeling fully supported, being aware of the back body against the earth, bring to mind 3 things that you're grateful for. The first 3 things that come to your mind. And then thank yourself for taking the time for this practice to be together. And then send your legs out straight, toes pointing towards the edges of the mat, feet apart. Bring your arms down in an upside down V. Feel your shoulders resting against the mat. Your palms are facing up. This is Shavasana. Just begin to notice your breath again. Perhaps take a nice big cleansing breath in through your nose. And as you exhale, allow your shoulders and your back body to just completely relax. Just returning your attention to your breath. Just noticing the inhale and the exhale. Your body just breathing on its own. No need for you to do anything. Just being aware of the body breathing. I'm going to make my bowl sing now, and then I'm going to offer you a final blessing. You can either, stay in Shavasana, which might be nice for you, or you can push yourself up to seated, your choice. I'm going to bring my hands into Anjali Mudra, which is prayer pose, prayer position. And you might do the same whether you're lying down or whether you're sitting up. We'll bring our thumbs to our third eye, up to our forehead. May you think kind thoughts. We'll bring our thumbs to our lips. May you say kind words. Bring our thumbs to our heart center. And may you feel love and kindness and peace towards all beings. Namaste, everyone. Have a very nice day.